Two of the biggest AI models right now went head-to-head with me. No cherry-picking, no revisions, just one prompt each across 3 real builds. A Starbucks and FIFA World Cup campaign website, a mobile app cloning a 6-figure MRR Android application, and a playable 3D copy of the video game Portal. This is Claude Fable 5 versus China's brand new Kimi K3, and honestly, the results surprised me. If you've been around X or YouTube lately, you've probably already seen Kimi K3 everywhere. It launched just 5 days ago with a genuinely strong product launch video, but the real reason it's making waves is its benchmark performance, sitting at number 2 or 3 on several coding benchmarks despite being an open weight model and costing far less. There are plenty of independent benchmarks out there, but the one I always trust is artificialanalysis.ai, since they run these models through a variety of tough tasks and produce a blended intelligence score. This firm is backed by people like Andrew Ng, who founded Coursera, and Nat Friedman, ex-CEO of GitHub. On their intelligence index, Claude Fable 5 still tops the charts, with GPT 5.6 and Kimi K3 trailing closely at second and third. But intelligence alone doesn't tell the full story. What actually matters is ROI, and that splits into the output you get versus what it costs you in money and time. On cost per task, Kimi K3 undercuts GPT 5.6 and comes in at less than half the price of Fable 5, while scoring nearly identical on intelligence. It's also open weight, meaning once the weights are public, any provider, or even you, if you have the hardware, can download and run it yourself, which raises the baseline for everyone. The one drawback is speed. Kimi K3 is currently one of the slower models out there, with Fable 5 and GPT 5.6 running almost twice as fast. There's also a newer benchmark from Arena.ai making rounds on X, showing Kimi K3 actually beating Claude Fable 5 on front-end code and design through blind voting, which matters a lot since design and taste are so subjective. For testing, I wired Kimi K3 into Claude Code as the harness, so it had access to the same image and video generation tools as Fable 5. First test, a Starbucks and FIFA World Cup 2026 campaign site, a single self-contained HTML file showcasing limited edition drinks for the top 8 countries, with a $10 budget for generated visuals. Fable 5 delivered a strong design with its usual fancy font, nice text animations, and dome-shaped cup renders per country, though the copy read a bit too AI-generated in tone. Kimi K3 added a background video, used sharper negative space, and its copy actually felt more catchy and human. It even came up with its own idea of wrapping a generated image around a 3D rendered cup, something I never asked for. The logo's aspect ratio needed cleanup, but the concept itself was genuinely clever, giving Kimi K3 the edge here. Cost-wise, Fable 5 would have run about $35 on API pricing. Kimi K3 through OpenRouter cost just $4.70. Fable 5 finished in 40 minutes. Kimi K3 took an hour 17. Second test, building an Android app called Stretch, meant to mirror an existing app called Bend, with over 157,000 reviews, 5 million plus downloads, and reportedly around $600,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Both models built it in Flutter and Dart and ran it successfully in their own emulators. Fable 5 delivered 4 routines: waking up anytime, desk break, and before sleep, with consistent generated images. Kimi K3's version was similar minus the hero images up top, though every stretch was listed further down. Fable 5 cost about $20 in roughly half the time. Kimi K3 cost just $5, but took close to double, around an hour 10. Third and toughest test, a playable 3D clone of Portal in a single HTML file with 2 levels, one easy and one hard. Fable 5's build, which it called a 2-chamber Portal physics test, ran both levels smoothly with accurate mechanics. Kimi K3's version, named Aperture Kimi, was fairly close but had noticeable lag, even though visuals looked slightly sharper. Fable 5 cost 3 times more here, taking about 2.5 hours since both models were asked to self-verify their work. Kimi K3 took roughly the same time, given how complex the second level was, but finished under $10 total. So what's the actual takeaway? If you already have a Claude or OpenAI subscription, there's no reason to cancel it just to switch fully to Kimi K3. Subscriptions are still the cheapest way to access frontier intelligence right now. But once you burn through your Fable 5 credits, Kimi K3 becomes a genuinely solid fallback, especially since it's currently only available through usage-based pricing. Its own subscription plans got temporarily closed from overwhelming demand, and there's a waitlist running.